guys, it's been a little while since I've seen you. I miss you so much. I don't even have words to express it. But I've got a fun art activity for you guys to do this week. So this week we're going to be drawing from observation. And I know you're thinking, Miss Wagner, that's a really hard word. We've never done that in art class. But guess what? You have, because you're such an amazing artist. You do this all the time. So if we look at the word observation, that's kind of a big one. So I want you to try to say it out loud. Observation. It's a little tricky, but if we break it down, the word observation has a smaller word in it called observe, and the word observe means to study things. So you observe all the time. You observe your favorite toys because you know what they look like. You observe outside when you see that the wind is blowing. You observe the TV when you watch TV. You're studying things all the time. You look at these things all the time and you say, this is what it looks like, this is what I'm seeing, and you're understanding those things. So drawing from observation is simply drawing what you see. You guys do this all the time, and you're so good at it. You draw yourselves playing on the playground with your friends, you draw your pets, you draw your favorite foods, you draw the art room, and you guys use observation to draw all the time. Now, I want you to go around your house, and I want you to find something that you're going to draw. This could be anything you want. This can be your favorite toy. This can be your favorite snack. This could be your pet. This can be one of your siblings. Anything you want. Just pick something that you want to draw. I picked this little pepper shaker. It's a little old. It's kind of old, but it's super cool. I like it because it has little flowers on it, and you guys know that I like flowers. So I'm going to draw the pepper shaker. You need to study it super close. So I know that this is made up of shapes because we break things down into shapes all the time. So we have a circle. It's kind of more of an oval. We have a cylinder, right? Because it's a 3D shape. And yes, this looks different from everywhere we see it, but I want you to only pay attention to the way that you're looking at it right now. So I can see this made of cylinders and ovals. I don't want you to pay attention to the detail. I want you to pretend it's not even there because I want you to focus on the shape first because that's the hardest thing to do. So I'm going to grab a marker. Use a pink marker. And I'm going to start to sketch my pepper shaker. So, like I said, we have to break this down into little bitty shapes. So I already talked about the oval shape. That's probably going to be the first thing I draw because I like to go from the top of whatever I'm drawing all the way down to the bottom. That way I can make sure I got everything I needed to. So I'm going to look at this first oval shape. I'm drawing kind of slow because here's a trick. Whenever I'm drawing something, I like to look at it and pretend there's a tiny little ant going on the edge of whatever I'm drawing. That way I can make sure that I see everything I absolutely need to. For instance, if we look at this, on the neck there's kind of a wonky little line, right? If I just glanced at it, I may not even notice, but because I studied it super close and I observed what I was seeing, I was able to see all the little bumps in the middle and in the glass, all the way down to the bottom and all the way back up. So I've got that first oval, and I'm seeing this a little bit differently than you guys are seeing it because you guys are seeing it through my camera and I'm looking with my eyeballs. Also, I want you guys to pretend that you were playing tennis with your eyes. I want you guys to be looking back and forth at your object all the time. For instance, I want you guys to look at the pepper shaker, look at your paper, look at the pepper shaker, look at your paper, or whatever you're drawing, not necessarily a pepper shaker. I want you guys to pretend that you're playing tennis with your eyeballs. So I want you to look at your object and look at your paper. Look at your object, look at your paper. Go back and forth as much as you can. Try not to drop your pencil like I just did. But I want you guys to really pay attention to what you're drawing. So now I'm going to move on to the rest of it. There's a little neck. Like I said, it's kind of wonky. It kind of goes in like our necks do. Now we are going to do the rest of it. I like to draw both sides at the same time because I feel like that way I won't miss something on one side that I drew on the other. Just makes it a little bit easier. So you're going to slowly go down. So this one kind of goes down towards it goes to the bottom. Towards the bottom, I mean. I cannot speak. It's been a little bit since I've taught you guys. So now that I've kind of got to the bottom, I think I need to go a little bit farther. I'm going to do that bottom line. And if I was just glancing at it, I'd probably think it's a straight line. But it's not. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. So I'm going to draw a curved line at the bottom. And then that gives it its little 3D shape that we've been drawing. Now that I've got the main body of it, I'm going to draw a little bitty line so that way you can see that there's the neck right there, because that's something that I can also see. Now that I've got the main outlines of everything and the main shapes, I get to add the detail, and I know for many of you this is your favorite part, so I want you guys to have fun with it. I'm going to draw all those little circles to where the pepper comes out. The word pepper, if you look really closely, is written right there, so I'm going to write pepper. Oh. So I have the word pepper. Now I'm going to draw these gorgeous flowers on the side. And speaking of breaking things down into shape, if we look at the tulips on this pepper shaker, you will notice that the artist broke the shapes down. They didn't just draw a flower that looks in real life, because if we see a flower in real life, the stem and the leaves and the pot and the flower, they're all attached to each other. They're not floating in space. They're all next to each other. So this artist broke things down into shapes, and we can still tell that there are tulips on it. That is just so awesome. And add some lines up here. Now I could add more detail with my first color, but I'm going to color it, and that's probably going to be where I add the rest of my detail.